not too sure how this happens, but somehow it could happen. Um, Not too sure what the car was doing or what they weren't doing. But it looks like another car hit him. I don't know if they are still around or, but you clearly see they've been hit on the side there. And I did a video on this road not too long ago about the obstructions in the middle of the road up there. You can see those things down there. The city of Boston's putting those flex posts all throughout the city of Boston in the name of slowing traffic down, which we both know it doesn't work, but let them waste our tax-paying dollars for no reason at all. That's what they're gonna do. Not too sure what he's doing. Interesting. Yeah, so that, like I said, I'm not too sure how that happened. I don't know where the other vehicle that hit that vehicle went, but it's not there now. At least not visible. Like I said, I'm not too sure how that happened. I don't know if the car was trying to make a turn or everybody's driving. See, the only time cars drive slow when they're looking at an accident. Normally they be speeding down the street. They're slowing down because they want to see what happened. Maybe we put more crashed vehicles on the side of the road, they slow down and observe what can happen to them if they don't slow down. Like I said, not too sure how this happened, but just documenting what we see. This is Tremont in St. Alphonsus. Yeah, it was a perfectly good looking vehicle until it got struck. And what I noticed, and I don't know if you guys notice it, but a lot of people that are driving seem to be preoccupied by something. And it's not a cell phone, it's not something in their hand, it's something in their mind. And they're either daydreaming or dazed behind the wheel. I noticed a few people I've observed, and it seemed like they're just having total difficulties trying to figure out what happened on the road. And you just gotta pay attention. If you just look at the drivers next to you, side of you, back of you, just observe their actions and their movements, and you tell me if you don't see something different. Now, if you don't see something different, then you're probably the one that's going through it. So it'll speak for itself. But if you don't notice somebody that looks like they're preoccupied or they're what they call scattered brain, then more likely you're the one that's being scattered brain. So this is on 137 St. Alphonsus. Now, if this is happening before the snow hits the ground, imagine what happens when the snow hits the ground. Imagine how many more accidents multiplied by 5 or 10 you'd be seeing out here. Like again, we still don't know how that happened. We're not even going to speculate what happened there. I said they called for a tow truck. Usually the tow trucks, they usually come pretty quick. So I say within 15, 20 minutes, tow truck should arrive. See those obstacles they have to go around to get down the street? Imagine coming out your house and seeing that, right? I wouldn't even try to speculate on what happened on that one. How does it get that position on that side of the road? Like, I wouldn't even try to figure that one out. I bet you the driver doesn't even know how that happened. Like, you could assume they were backing out of this driveway, but that would be a far back out. Or you could assume they would. Nah, that's probably the only thing you could assume. And he's gonna slow down and rubberneck. Now you see cars in the weirdest positions nowadays. Like last night I seen a car on his roof on Ritchie Street. So you see cars in the most. The other night there was a car through a building. So there's cars that end up in the most weirdest spots that you always wonder like how they get there.
Ma'am, do we have a K-Cal working today? I don't see one on the board, no. Okay, thank you.
Now, just so you guys know, I always say this. The speed limit in the city of Boston is 20 miles an hour in certain areas and 25 in other areas. There's very few areas where they still allow 30 miles an hour. In saying that, if you are going the speed limit, theoretically, you should not get into an accident. You should not. If everybody's doing the same speed limit, theoretically you shouldn't get in an accident. You should have enough brake time, enough distance in front of you, enough distance to make your turns. The traffic lights are not timed properly, so the traffic lights could be a problem because I noticed some lights have a delay and some doesn't have a delay, which the city needs to work on definitely. Some have a faster switch time. So theoretically, you have a green light while the other car just got a red light, and that's not good either. There's a few of those in the city of Boston, and I think the city knows about it. They just don't care. Because if I could find them, the city of Boston should be able to find them. And I'm not going to tell them about them. They have to find them on their own because my tax-paying dollars should go for good use. I should have to tell them everything. And if they can't find them, that's another problem. That's a major problem. But there's some lights in the city of Boston that just not timed right. And they changed some of the timing on some of the lights. Either they changed them or they changed on their own. But they have changed. And that should be all in the Freedom of Information Act. We should be able to get a Freedom of Information Act and say, okay, these lights are timed for how long green on this side, how long green on that side. And how they operate. Matter of fact, that's going to be my next project coming up. I'm going to go down to the transportation department and ask them about that. And they better have all the documents back to like 20 years too. If not, there's a problem.
89 Tennis Road, apartment 3, says the owner of the building is in the hospital, but there's a couple of people that are squatting there that shouldn't be there.
Just want to give you some footage of an... I just would call this a minor accident compared to all the other accidents we've been seeing. So this looked like two doors in a tire, the worst case scenario. Doesn't seem like it would be total. The impact doesn't seem that great. So this is a minor accident compared to what we see in the city. All right, we'll take a quick walk down here and see what I see on this other edge over here right quick. If anything else comes up, we'll be sure to get back to you.